Hi, this is Josh Clark with this week's episode of Be Your Best. Today I want to talk about what is that 500-pound gorilla in your life? What is that 500-pound gorilla in my life? What are those things that we're avoiding? Maybe it's a conversation we need to have with a family member or with our spouse or with a child or with a coworker. Maybe it's a business that we need to start. Maybe it's a career that we need to pursue. Whatever it is in your life, too often we put these things off, and instead of dealing with them right away, it grows into that 500-pound gorilla. In fact, it may turn into a 600-pound, a 1,000, a 2,000-pound gorilla, which, by the way, doesn't exist. You won't find a gorilla, bigger than 400 to 600 pounds. But yet these things, the longer we put them off, the more we avoid them, and we build these things in our mind, they become bigger than reality. And oftentimes, our worst fears, if we were to just confront them, we find out they weren't that big after all. You see, it's not about not having fears. We all have fears. Let me let you in on that one. We all have fears. The key is acting in spite of our fears. The key is expanding our comfort zone by tackling those challenges, walking up to that cage, opening the door, and inviting that 500-pound gorilla out and dealing with it. And let me tell you, if you'll go ahead and confront these things right now, right away, you'll find that your life will get easier. Your days will be more fulfilling. Matter of fact, if you tackle it first thing right away, maybe it's those little gorillas, that you just put off when you get to the office. You put off when you get to the day, you say, I'll do it later. But what if you did it right away? What if you followed Mark Twain's advice and he said, if you eat that live frog first thing in the morning, nothing worse can happen to you during the day, right? Maybe it's instead of the live frog, it's the 500-pound gorilla. You tackle it right away, you deal with it, and now all of a sudden you'll find that you'll find success, you'll find accomplishment, you'll find you're motivated, you're encouraged, and now you're ready to take on that next challenge. And so what is your 500-pound gorilla? My challenge to you today is to identify it right now, tackle it head on. If it's a phone call you need to make, if it's a job you need to pursue, if it's a book that you need to write, do it now. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, the great tragedy in America is not the waste of natural resources, although that is great. He said the great tragedy is that the average American goes to the grave with their music still in them. You see, my desire for you is that you live a life pursuing the talents, the gifts, the abilities that God's given you, that in the end of your life, it may be said, well done, well done. And so don't avoid that 500-pound gorilla. So if this video has encouraged you, I want to ask you, please go out there and share it with your friends, family, and loved ones. And together, we can be a catalyst to make this world brighter, one person at a time. Now go out there and make it an awesome week. God bless.